Hello and welcome to Gunners Daily YouTube channel, where we are covering all the latest Arsenal news and everything that is happening around the club. But before we start, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Alright, according to the French outlet Le Temps Sport, Marseille are reportedly lining up a move to sign Arsenal's Fabio Vieira. The midfielder has featured 14 times this season under Mikel Arteta. Vieira, 23, only joined Arsenal in the summer of 2022 in a £34 million deal from Portuguese side Porto. However, he struggled to make an impression during his debut campaign in the Premier League. Last season, the midfielder only featured 22 times in the league, scoring once and assisting 2 goals. And now, according to Le Temps Sport, Marseille are keen on taking the attacking midfielder on loan in January. As we already know, Marseille and Arsenal have a strong connection and history of doing their business together, with the likes of Matteo Guendouzi, William Saliba, Nuno Tavares, and many others moving between the clubs. Look, I'm just gonna say it. I don't think we should be letting anyone in this January transfer window go, and let alone Fabio Vieira, who, in my opinion, had some pretty good performances this season, and is looking like he's finally finding his feet in England. And with the whole injury situation and number of games we are going to play till the end of the season, it would be a complete madness to let Vieira go in this January. But Gunners, what are your thoughts? Do you maybe think that Arsenal should let Vieira go on loan so he can get more minutes and come back as a better player? Write down in the comments. We all know that there's been some rumors that Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar were interested in bringing Ruben Neves to the Emirates in this winter transfer window, but it looks like it's not going to happen. Ruben Neves is set to snub both Newcastle and Arsenal. Al Hilal signed Neves this summer from Wolves for £47 million, and his potential loan to Newcastle has sparked fear from other clubs relating to rules on competition in the Premier League. But regardless of the vote, The Athletic now reports that Neves will not be leaving this January. The midfielder attracted interest from Newcastle and Arsenal, but he is reportedly happy and settled in Saudi Arabia. And it's expected that Neves will remain with Al Hilal at least until the end of the season. So, no Neves to Arsenal. And in all honesty, I never really believed that there is a chance that he would join Arsenal this January. We all know he is a brilliant player, and he would definitely help us with our midfield situation. 26 years old, Premier League proven, great technician. He would be a great addition for us, no doubt about that, at least in my opinion. But judging by these latest reports, he's definitely not going to join us. At least not this winter. Ex-Arsenal and Premier League legend David Seaman believes Aaron Ramsdale is too good to be sitting on the bench. Seaman told the BBC, if Aaron goes in at the weekend, then he's left out for the next game. Then we know who Mikel's number 1 is. It's not good for Aaron. He's a top-class goalkeeper, there's no doubt about that. It's the game after this weekend. That's where we will find a lot of answers. From what Mikel was saying when he brought Raya in, when he talked about rotating goalkeepers in games, which I still found a bit bizarre, we'll have to wait and see after this game. Aaron's too good to be a number 2, that is for sure. That's what David Seaman basically said. So, I agree with Seaman. Ramsdale is probably, in all honesty, too good of a goalkeeper to sell for the bench. And due to the contract agreement between Arsenal and Brentford, David Raya will definitely not play against Brentford this weekend. So, Ramsdale will definitely be in our starting lineup against Brentford. But the real question is, who will be on goal next week? Will we play Lens in the Champions League? Because let me remind you, we are entering into game week 5 of the UCL's group stage, and Aaron Ramsdale is still waiting for his debut in this competition. Kai Havertz believes his Chelsea past may have made it harder for the Arsenal fans to trust him amid his slow start. The German made a £65 million switch across London, swapping blue for red after 3 years at Stamford Bridge. Speaking to the club's official website, Havertz said, "From outside, Arsenal always looked like a family. That's the feeling I got when playing, and when I joined, that was exactly what it was like. And the staff were really nice too, and that makes life easier for a new player." From the first minute that I spoke to Mikel Arteta about joining Arsenal, I had this feeling that he respects all of us very much. So that was also a big part of me joining the club. I just felt the togetherness of the club from the players and especially within the fans and the whole club. It's very important to feel trust from the fans. It's always tough when you come from Chelsea because they are big rivals, so it can take weeks to get some trust from the fans. But goals and good games can help me to get it, and I will always give 100% in the games and training sessions. I think they will recognize this as well, which is very important. I'm really happy to be here. As we all know, Mikel Arteta's plan to integrate Kai Havertz as part of our starting 11, well, has not exactly gone to plan. And we are still waiting to see if he can justify his hefty price tag. Alright, let's take a quick look at some of your comments on today's post about this topic. Jig2 says, it's not just that. Most players we have gotten from Chelsea have proven from time to time again to have been mistakes. And Kai's current performance plus his price tag just leaves a bad taste in all Arsenal fans' mouths. And I guess there is some truth in that. From all the players we signed from Chelsea in this last, 10 years or so, most of them have been absolutely tragic. With the exception of, I don't know, who was the last good player that came from Chelsea to Arsenal? The last good player, I don't know, Peter Cech. Nah, he was way out of his prime already. I don't know, who was the last good player that came from Chelsea to Arsenal? Write down in the comments. I just can't remember. Am I missing something? Nah. Write down in the comments. Cute Man says, currently I'm not seeing a good form from him, but I can confirm that he is slowly improving in every match, despite only having a single penalty goal and an assist. He can contribute to attack and he can defend well. Real Arsenal fan does not insult their player, but also must know their feeling. Eric says, the Chelsea thing and price tag kinda bothers some fans. The fact that he's coming from a rival team for a high price, but fans wouldn't care if his performances improved. But I guess we'll see. And that is true. Listen, I don't care if we sign a player from Chelsea, Tottenham, Manchester United, Manchester City. I really don't care. If he performs good for us, for Arsenal Football Club, I genuinely don't care. There's been some great players we signed from other top 6 big clubs in our past, and they've been brilliant. But John Doe says, what bothers us is that we could have spent £65 million on any real center midfielder, but Arteta chose Havertz. We cannot blame Havertz for this poor decision, and this all comes down to Arteta. Number 1, for signing Havertz, and number 2, for being so stubborn to keep playing him in CM when it's not working. Also, has a detrimental effect on the players around him, like Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus, and Rice. I agree. I'm not blaming Havertz because he's not been really very good since he signed for Arsenal. But it was a tragic decision for Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar to spend £65 million on Havertz, and now they are using him as a central midfielder when we could have bought, I don't know, Douglas Luiz, and probably for less, and voila, it's settled. Tajay says, Kai is a gunner and is improving and filling in the gaps. He will become a must-start player. He works very hard. I know he wants it so bad. Hence why it isn't happening for him. He needs to relax and it will happen for sure. I have no doubt he will turn the corner. I admire your optimism. Emma says, it's because his performances haven't been up to par. We couldn't care less what club you come from. It's about putting in the performances. I honestly think we spent more than we needed on Havertz. Starboy says, some of us don't trust him because he doesn't trust himself. He's been playing with no confidence. Absolutely true. When I look at him on the pitch, the guy just has zero confidence. His look, his eyes, I don't know, something about him. No emotions, no feelings, nothing. He's just playing, running, and doing nothing. Yeah. Marco Marco. Can't fault his effort, but the quality just isn't there. He's more limited than we think, and we will just have to get used to it or move him on. He's a decent player, but he's never going to be the Kai Havertz from Leverkusen. What he does for us currently is what he's best at. I don't think it gets much better. I agree, Marco. I don't think it gets much better. I think this is probably it with him. Moraka Samuel says, I expect he leaves, honestly. Terence says, let's talk more action, buddy. Clock's ticking. John says, I swear you Gunners always need a player to scapegoat and blame. For years it was Ramsey, Holding, Ezil, and even Arteta as a manager. Just let the guys settle in and play. Okay. Phil Monglese says he need to go at all costs. The worst signing of all time. I just don't want him to be there. Why when we have Smith Rowe and Fabio Vieira? Arteta, big mistake. And iFan Guitar says one of the worst players I've seen in an Arsenal shirt. And on that note, we are going to end today's video. So Gunners, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more daily content, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.